Hey everybody, it's NME back again as part of this wonderful TurboGrafx 16 block. Playing for you guys today, Valkyrie no Densetsu, otherwise known as Legend of Valkyrie. And much like the name implies, this game takes quite a bit of aesthetics from Legend of Zelda. Only instead of playing as Link, we play as Valkyrie here. So, I don't know. Make your own jokes about if Zelda was a girl. I didn't have one prepared, but something along those lines. Anyway, yeah, this is a pretty awesome game, so let's play it. I'm gonna get started. This is a weird game in that, you know, for TurboGrafx, as a rule, you're allowed to use the turbo feature, but in most video games, at least that I can think of, you don't use turbo for jump too often because you want that fidelity of control over your jumps. In this game, it's much faster to jump everywhere, so we primarily do use turbo on our jump button. Give me that coin. I want some money early on. We have to do a little bit of shopping. Again, similar to Legend of Zelda. You know, it's a little bit different, but we have to get certain items. And we had to kill the boss enemy there, the one that was holding this girl hostage. We're not going to rescue her, though. That takes time. She wants to talk to us. And we're not in the talking mood. We're in the playing mood, so we're going to play on and rush forward here. We got this little pea shooter right now, but we're about to fix that because we're going to get the wide beam, I think this is called. Let's go with that. Oh, get off to the side. Okay, we want to avoid these boulders. And there's a pretty fantastic animation when you get squished, but it takes a long time. Alright, so I've switched off of my turbo for jumps, and the platforming in this game, there's a little bit of platforming like this. Oh, are you kidding me? Stupid flying monkey. Okay. The platforming in this game, for the moving platforms, can get real wonky. Get out of here. Let's try to make this... Okay, good. I think it has to do more with this controller than the game itself, but this game loves to throw a diagonal movement in when you try to do a cardinal direction movement. And it can be really frustrating because, as you saw there, I was actually able to respawn on the platform that I fell off of. Oh, we were near death there. I should not have done those strats. Good thing I didn't pay attention to my health. I would have freaked out. All right. So I was saying, yeah, on the platforming, if you fall off of a moving platform, you will go back to the last stationary platform that you were on. And that can be a real bummer at certain times in the game. So the awkward movement can be really cumbersome at times and real frustrating and can kill runs. At least from, you know, a PB world record standpoint. For this, it's fine. So we made sure that we got enough money to have 500 there at the start of this stage so that we could get... We're gonna let this spear go by. Get another wide beam. So the way that the weapons work in this game, it doesn't tell you this in the context of the game, which is just great, but all of the ammos that you acquire are limited ammo. They all have 160 ammunition, with some exceptions, with the main exception being the last weapon we're gonna use in the game, which is a drill-looking weapon. Here's a mini-boss. There was a mini-boss. And we got an extra life. That was that chime there. The extra lives allow us to respawn where we died. Otherwise, it's a game over and you have to start the stage over again. That should not happen. That'd be a real bummer. But yeah, it was because there is limited ammunition. Ooh, don't knock me down. Dang it. That was bad. That tree was set up in a perfect way, and then it cut back over, and it tricked me. It played me like a fiddle. But because so there it is, there's the animation. I feel like, so her helmet gets flattened out and it looks like her mouth is this giant, like shocked face. That's not what it is, but that's what it looks like to me. I don't know, it amuses me. Okay, so anyway, since the ammo is not displayed anywhere, it can be tricky to manage your ammo, because I mean, you can't select between different weapons. If I pause the screen, it'll show me all the weapons that I currently have in my possession, but I can't swap between them on the fly. I have to just wait until one runs out, and then the next one will automatically kick in, which is, you know, not super user-friendly, but it works. So now, as you see, we just ran out of ammo for our first gun. Now we have the triple shot, which is a pretty useful weapon, but it is not nearly as powerful as the wide beam that we were using. It does cover a better swath of territory, though, so that's pretty nice about it. That was the second boss, Boss Talento, the tree. Not a big deal, as you can see. We had enough coverage with our weapon to kill anything that came at us. We get a little password here. Crazy long passwords in this game too. So now we have to go down this hole. We actually have to walk on this hole, otherwise you'll just sit there for a while. And it doesn't really look like you're walking down that hole to advance, but that's how it works. Trust me on this. You gotta watch out for these lava monsters. Oh, look at this guy coming from downtown. Holy cow, that is really rare. That is marathon luck right there, folks. Don't really want to hit that lava, but it does a half heart of damage every couple seconds, I guess. But the lava monsters, when they hit you, they do, everything does half heart damage in this game except for the jokers or the tricksters. When they take your hearts, they will take a full heart. But all of the enemies, any damage that you take from enemies does half heart per attack. And the only problem with those lava monsters is that you also get a really long animation about taking damage from them. So that's a bummer. We're gonna do this without getting the health. We may regret this later. It's like Toma. You will regret this later. We'll see. Depends on what sort of luck we get from this boss pattern. If we die, we have an extra life, so it'll just cost us a few seconds. It's not the end of the world. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, we can avoid that one. We should be able to avoid this one. Yep, okay. Now, check out this great hitbox. I love it. We're doing a little bit more damage now that our wide beam has kicked back in. Ooh, I can't believe I dodged that. That looked like it went right over me. Game gave me one there. It made up for that that aggro lava monster earlier in the stage. Okay, good stage. There's actually a whole separate section to that stage where you're supposed to make a potion or a powder to prevent you from taking damage from the lava. But, you know, again, we have other concerns, like getting through the game faster than that, so we don't even bother. Okay, so this question can be 1 of 3. This is the trickster that I mentioned before, so let's see what question we get. I believe B is the answer to this one. Yes, it was. Okay, so we don't lose health. It actually takes a little bit more time to answer the question correctly, but it's also really beneficial to not lose health. So, you know, it's kind of 6 in 1, really. It's not that bad to get the question right. As you can see, I'm playing the Japanese version. This is an actual cue card on a PC Engine Duo that I'm playing. So I have to memorize what the characters look like. And I only really remember that one where I answered B. One of them you answer A, one of them you answer C as the option. And this stage is pretty neat because you have these catapults that fake mode 7 you to new areas. What I really like about this game is it has this real jaunty soundtrack. And if you know anything about me, you know I love a jaunty tune in a video game. We had that in DuckTales 2 the other day, and it's all over the place in this game. Really, really nice soundtrack. That's what first made me fall in love with this game. I've been meaning to get into this game for like ages. I played a little bit. I played through it casually. I was like, man, this has good speedrun potential. It seems like, you know, to be not crazy stupid long or anything. And like when a game has really good music, you know, it makes it way easier for me to enjoy it long term. So I just never got around to it. I never had that desire. And then, you know, I don't even know why. I don't even remember why. But like, you know, I don't know, a couple months back, I started playing it, and you know, did all right. So we're gonna navigate through this screen in a very particular order. So we got the wide beam there. Now we're gonna get the I think this is the penetrating weapon. That's penetrating something, penetrating drill, let's call it, because you will see it later. It looks just like a drilled head. And then we're gonna get another one of those right here. So we got 2 of those. Now those only have 120 ammo. So you have to be a little bit more judicious with your shot selection on them. But we're only going to use those weapons for the final boss, which is why we got the other wide beam before we went and got those 2, which makes our routing a little slower, but it's going to benefit us greatly in the late game because we're going to be able to just destroy the final boss, ideally. Okay, we're going to try to make this jump all in one cycle. Jump back. Okay, good. We had to get that key there. Get across here. Get across. Oh, see, there was a diagonal jump. I did not intend to go diagonally there. Fortunately, I landed right on the broken bridge. That was very lucky. Not at all what I wanted to do, but it worked out. I got another one of these sandworms or antlions. I would call them sandworms, and I definitely think they look more like the antlion from Final Fantasy IV. But I like Beetlejuice, and they definitely are in sand. So, you know, whatever way you want to go with that mini boss. These can be jerks. They can come after you kind of hit this door, and then you'll wake up in here with the getting set on fire animation, which is just a real rude move in my opinion. All right, Electric Man here. We're just gonna jump up and down, unless he shoots his lightning right at us, which hopefully he will not. Oh, there it is. Crap. Okay. Okay, just jump up and down. Yeah, and you're just hoping that your jumps line up in such a way that you don't get electrified, because again, if you get electrified, it is a slow animation for recovery. And that was a good fight. That was a really excellent fight, actually. That stage overall was pretty solid. Let's see what we got here. Wow, that was a gold split. In my PB run of this, I actually glitched the game out in a way, so when you catapult, sometimes it can be really super laggy when the Valkyrie lands. And what happened was, instead of landing properly, she actually screen wrapped a time and then landed, and I could continue playing, which I'd never seen before. And it's in the record run now, which makes me very happy. Because, I mean, that's a free time save, but also that's really funny. Okay, we're gonna see. Okay, good. So we had a little bit of better luck with the blue flames there, instead of that lava monster earlier. They can be really nasty customers. Sometimes they are like a dog with a bone. They're just out for blood, and that was a terrible mixed metaphor. I apologize, but they just won't stop, can't stop. Will come after you till the ends of the earth. Typically, what they're supposed to do is kind of charge at you and then stop, but sometimes they just will not stop until they destroy you, and consequently your run. So that was a little mini boss wall there. You just have to hit it 10 times, nothing too big to it. It just collapses in on you a little bit. Okay, we're trying to avoid the ball and chain there, which we did. That's good. Okay, so we have another trickster here. Now, does anyone remember what color it was earlier in the stage? Because if you don't answer B here, which fortunately the answer is always B for this one, you will get sent back to the beginning of the stage, which, as you can imagine, is a killer for a speedrun. And go up here. Oh, my health is a little iffy, actually. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Okay. I may have made a poor decision here. Although, again, if we die, we have, I think, extra lives now. Plural. Oh, wait. Hang on. We're gonna wait for this to come around and then go. So we're using our magic here. This is our fire tornado. We actually got a fire upgrade to this tornado magic, which we can only use for this boss. Otherwise, this is the only way to damage this boss, by the way. Oh, get back up there. Okay. Charge? There we go. Sometimes it does not charge straight away. And as you can see, my health is very iffy. So we're going to hope for the best here. Oh, a 2-cycle. That was a really slow 2-cycle, but it was a 2-cycle nonetheless, which is important because we didn't die. We lost 10 seconds, but we didn't die. And I will take that exchange anytime for a marathon. So I'm pretty excited with the way that worked out. Because I deferred getting a health pickup towards the end there and costing myself more time. And it worked out. So it's always nice when a plan comes together, isn't it? All right. Okay, so here we have moving platforms straight away. I do not... Oh, see? That's fine! Now look how far back I'm going to have to go. Oh, I hate it. So there's 4 of these. Imagine getting to the 4th one, or like on the 4th one, and then trying to jump off on this this land right here, and then going just cattywampus off to like diagonal left or diagonal right, and landing in that water. it's real bad. Just every once in a while, it just gets you like that. So at least that was on the 2nd jump and not the 5th jump, or whatever the last one would be there. So we have to wait for 10 of these to spawn, 9 of these to spawn. We're just gonna wait up here now because we're near the end here. It took 2 damage from me, not the end of the world. Well, so we're kind of in a depleted state right now. We're gonna take damage to boost through these guys. Do not go in the store. We have absolutely no need of that. That would just cost us, I think, 8 seconds to go in and then exit the store. I forget exactly how much. I did it once. Once was all I needed to know. I didn't want to do it again. Oh, avoid the spears. Okay. We're just killing the worms. And you'll notice I'm not killing a lot of enemies. Like, I'm not going out of my way to kill enemies. I'm not just shooting because, again, ammunition is a factor. And we have the game routed in such a way. Look, that's a very Zelda pose, right? Hey, we achieved something, or we got something out of a treasure chest. Let me hold my sword up in the air and celebrate. I'm picking my shots because, again, limited ammunition, and it's routed in such a way that we're going to hopefully kick over to our drill weapon, or penetrating shot, right as we get to the final two bosses of the game. There's a little bit of a boss rush right at the end. The first boss we want to use the wide beam, and the second two we want to use the drills. So here's kind of a weird thing. We don't really have a boss in this stage as we've seen the rest of the stages. Instead, we have an option. We can either go back to the beginning of the stage, we can do a series of sliding puzzles, or we can have a little attack challenge, a little combat challenge. Although challenge may be a bit of an overstatement. So we're gonna line ourselves up here. Oh, I'm gonna shoot better. Hey, come here. Oh, we can just let him go away. Okay. Jump. Ah, crap. I do not have my turbo on for some reason. Jump over here. Okay, here we go. We can salvage this. It's fine. We just made it a little bit slower by alternating the wrong toggles. Okay, that's it. That was it, by the way. We talked over it. That's all we had to do. So again, and then the elephant says, "I'd expect nothing less from a hero." And now this Sour Patch looking fella is named Sandra, or sometimes Whirlo. There is a Super Nintendo game based off of that character, which is part of this series, and it's really stupid hard. Like the mechanics of that game are very tedious. Oh, we're at the split there. Okay. Okay, so we have, very much like the beginning of the game here, we have a circle of bad guys, and we have to kill the boss bad guy. So we're going to take that hit, we're going to try to follow him around and not get set on fire. Okay, now we're going to line up here because we're on a global timer here. We're going to jump, and then we're going to do a big jump. We're just going to wait to get down here, and this is a little bit off-kilter timing, so what we're going to do, actually, we're just going to wait for that cycle, because again, once you hit water, you go back to the last stationary platform, and I am not about to go back to the shore that we came from, because that takes forever to do this all again, waiting for those moving platforms to line up. So discretion, very much the better part of valor at this part of the game. And we're just going to ride the coastline, mostly trying to avoid as many of these enemies as possible. Because again, conservation of ammo, and we don't want to take too much damage here. We are going to get some hearts refilled from this mini-boss. But still, you know, we don't want to tempt fate. Because we are on the last stage of the game here. Okay, so we're going to roll along the coast here. Whoa, I said along the coast, not in it. Alright. That's fine. That's okay. Hey, see? See, now that guy was supposed to do one charge, and he did two back-to-back. That's what they can do sometimes. Okay. Stop and kill any enemies that, you know, prevent you from continuing. I like to kill these guys in most cases because what happens here is we're going to be jumping across a broken bridge over the water, and I don't want those spears ruining my time, so I just clear out some of the riffraff. It really doesn't cost that much time, especially if you start getting knocked around. Okay, we actually don't want to kill too many of these guys. We're going to take damage from the non-fire enemies if we can. We took damage from a fire there. That's okay. Now we're going to make our way up here. And the reason that we're not killing anything is because if we leave too many sprites on screen... Oh, crap, I didn't switch off of turbo. Okay, that's okay, though, because we've already despawned the enemies. There are normally flying monkeys between all of these moving platforms here, and that really slows you down. So even taking that hit from that fire there, not a huge deal. Definitely faster than if we had cleared them out in the first place and left those monkeys there. So we're okay. So now we're fighting our shadow, the dark version of Valkyrie here. We're gonna get set ablaze there real quick, but that's okay, because we're gonna jump over here, and she's gonna give us the slow pattern, which is wonderful. We're just gonna go to work. Hopefully put her down here real quick. Yep, while she's not attacking, and we're gonna try to burn out the rest of our ammo here, and start, see, there it is. Okay, there's the weapon that we want. So now we're just gonna fire at will. So this is the first form of the last boss. You see, this is a kind of our 3-boss rush here. And we're gonna sit down here, they're gonna shoot fire at us, but we can clear out the fire with our shots. And we're gonna go to the right, and you gotta avoid the arms. We're gonna get right about here, perfect positioning. Watch out for his bowl cut too. It's a pretty gnarly bowl cut. No judgment, I'm just saying, you know. We're all in the similar haircut circumstance right now anyway, so, you know. Very appropriate. Well, not necessarily bowl cut, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's tough out there for those of us whose hair is a little unkempt these days. What are you gonna do? This fella is, he's going off on a vacation, I think. All right, come on, buddy. We're okay here. We just gotta start getting in better position relative to how he's moving, which is a little bit awkward for what we'd like to see, but nothing we can't deal with. Okay, we're gonna come across here. We can still shoot the head. Watch out for the lightning. Position ourselves right here and just fight until we win. And we won. Okay, so we wait until the fade out. And... ... We beat the game! That was it! We beat Camus, and we got rid of all the poison in the world, and we restored life to the world, and we are a great hero. Our accomplishments will be celebrated and passed down as a splendid legend. That's a different game. We did that one earlier. I don't know what any of this says. I don't remember. It, you know, generic, you want a fantasy video game type stuff. And peace was returned to the earth. The ice caves were somewhat less chilly. This corn-looking thing fed the nations. I don't know. This guy hid behind a wall, but he was cool. So these pictures that you're seeing are all the sliding block puzzles that we could have opted to solve in lieu of doing that very quick combat challenge in quotes, where we killed a couple of waves of enemies. So as you can see, you know, that would be a little bit slower. There we go. Now they all walk away. There's slightly different endings depending, I think, either on your score, which there's actually a score in the game. We don't really notice it because we don't go to the pause menu, and we don't pay attention during between the stages. There's like at the end of the game, which we may see here in a second. I forget how quickly it gets to that. Yeah, it's coming right up. You can get a different amount of characters on the end screen. So we should have 3 characters here, I think. There should be Sandra and the shopkeeper, whose name I forget, and then a little fairy floating around, I think. There's Sandra. Oh yeah, okay. So it's 3. It's the old man, the little fairy up in the left-hand corner, and whatever the little blue bird deal is, and then the goddess right there. Sandra's built in, and so is the goddess. So I was miscounting. So yeah, there we go. Good ending, I guess, as far as I can tell. Thanks for watching, everyone. We I think are just about to close out the TurboGrafx 16 block with Bonk 3. That's going to be awesome, as has been, I hope you agree, this entire block, and lots more to come. We got the Makaimura block coming up here soon, later on tonight, as well as, what is it, Legend of Legaia? I don't know my RPGs so well. I'll double check that real quick. Hold on. Legend of Mana. I was close. It had Legend in the name. So yeah, Bonk 3 coming up next to close out the TG16 block, and lots more still to come here on RGL TV. So thanks everyone for watching Retrothon. Keep it right here. We've got another whole day of this and the rest of the day, so please enjoy.